Welcome, friends. So, in the last chapter, we have seen how the assertions we can write the assertions on the test cases, and now we are going to see one of the interesting topic is called assumptions. Okay, the difference between the assertion and assumption is that in the assertion we are asserting something that okay, A is equal to A, apple is equal to apple, right? So we are making assertion that if apple is equal to apple, then it will be pass, otherwise it will be fail. But in assumption, what we are doing we are assuming something, some precondition kind of thing we are assuming, and if that assumption is true, only then the test case will get execute. Otherwise, it will be skipped. Okay, so test executes only if the assumptions are true. Test will skip in case of assumption fail. Overall build will pass in case of assumption fail. Okay, so even if your assumption get failed, it does not mean that your test cases fail. No, we have assumed something and we want to make sure that if and only if my assumption is true, only then my test case should get executed. Otherwise, I don't want to run my test case. Okay, so if the assumption is wrong, don't run my code. That's it. This is what I want to tell to the JUnit runner. Okay, so let's see. In this test case, I am assuming that B should always be true. Okay, this is my assumption that this boolean should always be true. If somehow, because of some, let's say, some code here, this B comes out to be false. So I will not run my my test cases will not be executed and this thing will be printed because my assumption has been broken here and after that nothing will be running and whole test cases will be considered as a skip. Okay, so let me show you. So right now I'm assuming it to be true and after that we'll see. Okay, in the second test case, what I'm saying display in test execute only on Sunday. Yeah, funny thing. So what I want that like today is Sunday. Okay, okay. So initially I have written this test case on Saturday, but now today is Sunday, so I'm changing my test case name. So today is Sunday. So with the local date time, I'm fetching the day of the week and get value 7. So Sunday is 7. So I'm making sure that assume that today is Sunday. Only then you have a weekend fun. Okay, if today is let's say Monday or Saturday, any other day, so my test case should not be passed. So today is Sunday, I'm putting it 7 as of now. I will change all this number and I will show you once again. And another assumption, what I'm saying, assuming false. Okay, so here I want my assumption to be false, but this is what I want. Okay, so this is a bit confusing, but try to understand. So environment is production. I have said something initially, environment is production, and I'm assuming to be false. So whatever written inside this should be false. If that is false, this is okay. My assumption has been met. So what I'm doing here, dev dot equals system dot get properties environment. So what this will fetch out, system dot get property environment. This is the key. And what is the value? Value is prod. So I am saying dev is equal to prod. So definitely dev is not equal to prod. So it will be a fail. The flag will be fail and is false. And I'm assuming it should be a false. So means overall this line is true for me. And this should be printed. I hope you're able to understand what I mean to say. And in the last one, uh, test assuming that. Okay, so this is one of the new thing like assuming that. Okay, so what is this? Initially I'm setting something, some environment to test initially, and I'm assuming test dot equal to if this particular, see here it is a condition, right? This is a condition. The test dot equals the environment, and what is the environment? Environment is test. So I'm saying here test is equal to test, which is true. So I'm assuming that this condition is true and only then, only if this condition is true, go inside and execute these two lines. And what these two lines are saying, some assertion again, let's say 2020 and then some printout. Okay, test environment code. And at the end, I am asserting some more things. So basically, in this test case, what will happen if environment is something different? So this code will not get executed, but again, this session will always be executed, right? So let me run and then we'll again go through. each and every test cases. So test all the test cases has been passed, and let's see one by one. Print only if the above assumption is true. So this line has been printed because our assumption has been true. So yes, so this should be printed. Next, code to run for non-prod events. Okay, so this is about this. So these are running randomly, that's why. But let's see the weekend fun first. In this, because today is Sunday and this assumption has been true, so that's why this line has been executed. So that's why we can fun here. And code to run for non-prod environment, this line again run because our assumption is true here, because this is false and we are expecting it to be false, so that's why this is running properly. And here test environment code, this line has been executed because this condition is true. And here we are saying that, assuming that test is equal to test, because this is the key and this is the value, so we are comparing this test and this test, so all are absolutely fine, that's why everything is running fine. Now let me change my assumption. So somehow by some code my boolean become false, but I am assuming that it to be true, so my assumption has not been met. So ideally this line should not be printed this time. One change. Second change, let's say today is Sunday, but I am saying, let's say some uh, okay, Saturday, 6th is Saturday. So I'm saying, uh, if this assumption is true, only then run your weekend fun. Okay, so it should be Monday, right? Because we don't enjoy, there is no weekend on the Monday. So let's see. Uh, this should not be printed, right? Because it's Monday and we there is no weekend fun on the Monday, right? So I have changed second assumption and I'm not touching these two test cases. So let's see. Uh, my expectation is this should not be printed and weekend fun should not be printed. And let me run all the test cases again. So see, code to run for non. So basically this has been printed and test environment code. So these two test cases has been executed, but these two test cases has not been executed. No, and let's see how it will look like in the report part. So see, wonderful. So all the test cases has been run, but out of them two has been skipped because the assumption has not been met. So you can see this has this particular has been skipped and this test case as well has been skipped, and only two test cases have been. So this is the functionality, wonderful functionality about the assumption. So I hope this particular thing is clear to you, and let's see, let's go to the next topic. See you soon. Let's meet on the next chapter. Thank you, have a good day, bye bye.